So a while back, and by a while back I mean like a few months ago, I talked about this idea called Primarch Korra, which was basically this Legend of Korra Warhammer 40k storyline, which had Korra as one of these two missing Primarchs. Basically, she is the 11th Primarch. In this content, it was basically a whole other continuity, and I thought it was kind of fun. I did several stories, and I have one more idea that kind of goes off the rails. And I don't know if I want to do it or not. Please let me know in the comments below if you want me to talk about it. It's essentially like it wraps up the entire storyline I've been building to. In any case, so yeah. But I didn't. In that first video, I didn't really talk about give a really good idea as to what Primarch Korra, the Primarch Korra origins and storyline and everything else for it. So I thought I would do this as a video, kind of, well, talking about it. So yeah, I thought it would be kind of cool to do that as its own video. I thought it would be a little fun to do do it as its own, kind of better explaining what it is and seeing if I can gauge enough interest into basically the final video, into the final chapter of that storyline from this. If this video does well enough, maybe I'll just I'll definitely try to wrap everything up from here on out. But yeah. Anyway, so this storyline, basically in this continuity, let's talk about that. Basically for this continuity, in here, Korra is the 11th Primarch, but in here there wasn't the second and 11th lost Primarchs. There's only the second who gets lost and his legions are gone. In here, Korra is the only female Primarch. She's the only one who is made the only woman Primarch. And the reason being is because it goes back to a conversation that that the Emperor and Malkador had, where Malkador was like, maybe it'd been better if you just made them all women. And the Emperor was like, nah, I'm not gonna do that. Although, what would it be like if I made one of them a woman? And that's what happens, is that the Emperor creates one of his sons and makes it into his only quote-unquote daughter of the Imperium. But then, his side piece goes a little funny and throws them all into the warp. Throws all of her children into the warp and are all thrown to different worlds. From here, Korra is sent to a far-off world that is basically the Four Nations, and she's sent to this far-off world. And here, this is a world where psychers can use can bend certain elements. And in here, in this version of the Four Nations, there is an avatar. But the thing is that the avatar, to them, isn't a cycle per se. It's more there's just someone who comes along who has enormous power to bend all the elements to their will and comes to them during great crisis. So the last one was Aang, and the next one hasn't appeared in over about 70 years since he died. So there's been a 70-year gap of seeing who would be titled the next Avatar, until Korra comes crashing into the South Pole. She's taken in by Tonraq and Senna and is raised as a member of their tribe. However, as since she's a Primarch, she's capable of these great feats, and her Psyker energy allows her to bend all the four elements. So she's crowned the new Avatar, and since she's a Primarch, she's growing pretty fast. So as Avatar, she helps bring balance to the world, even going so far as to battling and killing her uncle Unalaq and uniting the two tribes. As Avatar, she becomes, the leader of this nation. She shows off her prowess and becomes a great champion. And then the Emperor showed up, and the Emperor is like, "Oh, finally found you. Come on, let's go." Oh, by the way, this planet's part of the Imperium now. So Korra gets taken. But the thing of it is, much like Gilliman, Korra doesn't really see the Emperor as her father. She sees him as more as yeah, you're my creator, but my father's name is Tonraq. That's the guy who raised me. You are a god, you are something else. You are the guy who created me, but that doesn't, it's like that, he made, she pulls the all like that may have been your father, but he ain't your daddy kind of thing. So that's the general consensus with that. So Korra gets taken to this world. Gets taken to this world. He gets taken back to Terra. Why'd I say this word? She gets taken back to Terra, and from there she meets her other siblings. She meets her brothers, and for the most part she gets along with most of them. She gets along with the others, and she's introduced to her legion, whom she names the Ursa Majors. The Ursa Majors are a group of are Adeptus Astartes, who are essentially built especially for like harsh weather conditions. Like they are built for they are a group of space marines who are deployed for if a planet has like the harshest conditions in like a harsh weather, whether it be it's a planet full of noxious gas. They have a special ability to breathe through it. It's too cold. They fight through the cold. Yeah. If you're fighting on a planet where the conditions are going to kill a normal man, the Ursa Majors are the ones sent in. Now, the Ursa Majors aren't women. They're all men, and they view Korra as their mother, especially two members of the Adeptus Astartes, Mako and Bolin, who, when she first meets him, is like, "Mother!" And Korra's like, "I do not like that you call me that. Don't call me that." And they're like, "Yes, mother. Nope, don't like that." So yeah, the Korra becomes the Primarch of the Ursa Majors, and she joins the Great Crusade. So she's taken planets left and right, and she's making an effort to she may not enjoy being around most of her brothers, but she does respect and love all of them. She has a serious love for she adores Jagatai. Russ she loves hanging out with. Rabute she thinks is a stick in the mud. And Lion is essentially just an asshole. He's just a dick to her. She's just like, "You're an asshole. I don't care if you're the oldest." Of course, she adores Horus. She also has a lot of respect for the other members. Of course, she loves Vulcan, but she also makes an effort to hang out with with some other brothers. I can't. Obviously, also she loves Sanguinius. Everyone loves Sanguinius, but she basically makes an effort to try to understand and hang out with the other Primarchs who aren't exactly liked. She does spending time with Angron and sparring with Angron. She also goes into theological discussions with Lorgar, because she's like, he's not a god, bro. He doesn't deserve to be, even if he has these godlike abilities, he doesn't deserve to be called a god. I know you really want Dad to love you, but this ain't the way. So she and Lorgar have a lot of theological discussions. She also shows off that she's the second most powerful Psyker behind Magnus. Her Psyker powers that allow her to bend the elements are second only to Magnus. But the thing is, Magnus tells her, look, if your Psyker energies were connected to something other than elements, you might be on the same level as me, but yeah, you ain't. So yeah, she gets along for the most part with a lot of her brothers. And then the Horus Hera, another character that is a part of this is Tenzin. Tenzin is a tech priest in this continuity and acts as Korra's advisor. She also has Asami, who is her ship captain. Another thing that is relevant is that Korra has her own sword called Elementus. And Elementus is charged with her Psyker energy and can allow her to direct her bending abilities on a higher level. So she and the Ursa Majors, they're all, doing the Great Crusade, and then things go sideways when the Horus Heresy happens. So shenanigans ensued, including Korra's world being ravaged by Alpharius and Conrad, leading her to kill again, we didn't know Alpharius was going to come back, so this is a little out of canon. So yeah, what happened was Rogel killed Omegon, and the real Alpharius was killed by Korra. She then also hunted down Conrad and scorched. She basically bombarded Conrad's homeworld. And he's just like, fuck it. And after everything was said and done, in the Horus Heresy, she was so disgusted with herself and where the Imperium went, and finding out that all of her brothers either fell to chaos or died, and the other half are just squabbling among themselves, she fucked off. Like, she just fucked off into the far reaches of the galaxy. This led her to come in contact with Trazyn the Infinite, who captured her and put her in her museum and put her in there for about 30,000 years, until Magnus came along and tried to raid Salamis with the Thousand Suns. This forced Trazyn to release Korra and the others, and leading her to fight off Magnus, freaked out, and leading her to bumbling through the galaxy until she finally found Rabute. The two united and are now searching for Lion in this storyline. There's also the matter of Korra did encounter Rogel Dorn and actually saved him from death. In here, she found him still alive after his fight with Angron. His hand was missing, he was near death, and Korra put him in a life pod to heal until she could, and left him there until she could find help. But then it went missing. So now they're trying to find Lion and Rogel, and any of the other brothers that may show up again. So that's where we are right now in the story. Currently, though, the emerging storyline right now, and that's the final of it, is the Battle of Salamis, where Rabute and Korra are going to Salamis because Korra told Gilliman of the Fulgrim clone that is in Trazyn's possession. But anyway, so there you go, guys. That's just a quick crash course on Primarch Korra. Hope this helped, and if you guys are interested, let me know in the comments below if you guys want me to talk about more of the storyline. Just comment below, let me know. Other than that, hope you all enjoy this. I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.